Hello, brothers and sisters. I trust that you are well even in the midst of this pandemic. By the grace of God, we will persevere, and this too will pass. I'm thankful to come before you today to talk about a presentation that I've entitled, Lord, Prepare to be Amazed. When the people of God talk about being amazed, we are usually referring to what the Savior has done for us or how he will do something immeasurably above anything we could have asked or expected of him. We look forward to God's unmerited bountiful blessings, and rightfully so. If the power of the Most High is working in us, then all things, astounding things, are possible, and so we are left in a state of awe at what God has done. But have you considered that you can amaze Jesus? You could do something so far outside of your normal behavior or outside of society's accepted norms that everyone you know, even Christ himself, would have to say, "Whoa, wasn't expecting that." We subconsciously or even consciously succumb to the belief that we cannot change and cannot do things differently, and so people begin to associate us with the behavior we've repeatedly exhibited. For example, have you ever heard someone say, "This is who I am, take it or leave it"? Or have you asked someone if they trust you and they say, "Yes, I trust you to be you. I don't expect anything different"? But how pleasantly surprised would folks be if you did something outstandingly outside of the norm? Even Jesus would sit up and take notice. I'd like to summarize Luke 7 1 through 7 for you. When Jesus came to the city of Capernaum, he was approached by Jewish elders who appealed to him on behalf of a centurion or a Roman army officer. The centurion's servant was near death from an illness, and the elders pleaded with Jesus to heal him. Now, this in itself was astonishing, as Roman soldiers were probably not well liked at the time. Remember in Luke 3 and 14, John the Baptist told the soldiers to stop extorting money and falsely accusing innocent people. So for a Jew to advocate for a Roman army officer was outside the norm. Jesus agrees to go with them to the centurion's home, but never actually made it there. The centurion sent some friends to give Jesus a message of faith. "You don't even need to come to my house, sir. Just speak the word, and I know it will be done." How do I know? "For I am a man placed under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to one, 'Go,' and he goes, and to another, 'Come,' and he comes, and to my servant, 'Do this,' and he does it." When Jesus heard this, he was amazed at him, and turned to the crowd following him. He said, "I tell you, I have not found such great faith even in Israel." You see, this was different than anything Jesus had seen until that point. The centurion's faith was not common. It was, in a sense, abnormal. It was something special that no one else had demonstrated. Prior to the centurion, Jesus had experienced jealous religious teachers who hated him. Those who did believe in him needed some outward show of his power. People followed him just to see what was going to happen next. For example, the people of his hometown couldn't get past the fact that he was Joseph, the carpenter's son. Simon Peter was skeptical when Jesus told him to lower his nets to catch fish. The Pharisees called him blasphemous for forgiving sins, eating with tax collectors, and performing miracles on the Sabbath day. Quite often his miracles were a result of a physical transference through touch. But here comes a Roman soldier who says, "Just speak, Lord. I know the power of the spoken word. I am in charge of soldiers and servants. If I speak, they obey. Why? Because around here, my words have authority. But Jesus, I know that your authority is absolute. So just say it, and it will be done." How astonishing was this, and coming from a Gentile nonetheless. Not only did this centurion exhibit a faith that Jesus had not seen in the Israelites, but according to the previous verses, he was a man of compassion to the Jews as well as to the servants of his household. In short, His break from the ideology of the time proved to be amazing to Jesus. Now, what about you and I? How can we follow the centurion's lead and not only amaze those who know us, but Jesus himself? Are you a person who angers easily? Do something amazing. Choose to control your temper. Stop falling victim to the same temptations time and time again. Maybe you've given in to fear for far too long. Have faith and believe. Do you give up at the first sign of trouble? What if you begin to see your situation as an opportunity for God to show himself strong? Do you know that God has gifted you, but you lack confidence? Step out on faith. The centurion's abnormal but amazing faith resulted in favor from the Jewish leaders and, more importantly, the healing of his beloved servant. God only knows what he has in store for you and I if we can break from the norm and do something for Christ that he has never seen from us before. The amazement that follows will undoubtedly result in a blessing, just like it did for the centurion. So the next time you face a personal trial or challenge, look towards heaven and say, Lord, prepare to be amazed. My brothers and sisters, thank you for listening in for the last 6 minutes. I hope that something was said that will bless you and encourage you. Please remember to stay faithful and prayerful as we wait for God to calm the waters and the seas and the winds of this pandemic. As I said earlier, this too will pass. And remember, as you go out into the world, not everyone in the world reads the Bible. So please be the Bible for them. Thank you.